Hi everyone, I'm Russ,
Mark,
and this is a spirited endeavor.
priming the pump edition.
That's right.
All right, so this is in our continuing series of Johnnie Walker Beyond the
The
Black.
saga of the cat that's gone to the dogs.
I know,
I think I just aged myself a little bit there.
and I think so. I got that reference. Oof. All right, so we've been exploring Johnnie Walkers and the various offerings that they've
Yeah.
put out. We've tried a lot of them at this point.
I think that's a good, accurate statement.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, we're becoming knowledgeable on Johnnie Walker, which is something we couldn't say before, really.
It's true. And what we did was we found this little multi-pack that had 4 different Johnnie Walkers in it. And we thought that, hey, this is great. We're not completely convinced on, or we weren't completely convinced on Johnnie Walker.
Yeah.
I said, all right, this will give us a chance to do a little side-by-side comparison of all 4 of them. And then we ended up buying some others that were kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The Green Label, the Jane Walker, the White Walker.
Yeah.
From the Game of Thrones
Oh
edition.
yeah, yep.
And what we're finding is they're all very, very different whiskeys.
They really are. We found some similarities between them, but each of them does have their own distinct personality. And Mark brings up a good point. This is a mini. We are not that big, just to clarify. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey. So,
All right.
really don't know much about this one.
Yeah, this is Gold Reserve.
Yeah, they've got the typical statement on the front about master distillers blending it and so on and so forth. And it is a blended Scotch, so it's not a blended malt where it's all single malts.
Yep. And they use a blend of malt and grain whiskeys in this one.
Yes.
So,
But
yeah.
no details as to what distilleries they're using or anything of that nature. I mean, Cardew seems to be a favorite for them, so I imagine there's probably some Cardew in there. But aside from that, it's anybody's guess, so I guess we'll find out when we get into it.
All right. So, with further ado, let's get into it.
Sweet.
All right. So one thing about all of these whiskeys is they're all remarkably similar in color.
Ah, finally, you get your butt handed to you by
man.
one. Yeah, if you've been watching this series, you'll see one of the episodes where one of these things totally just beat my butt.
Yeah. They have a crazy little label on it, or oh,
This is like one of those Midvale School for the Gifted moments, isn't it? The door says push, and the guy's sitting there pulling.
I know, right? I needed the tongue out lolled to the side for that one.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome sauce.
Well, let's hope so.
So, again, goes back to very similar color to what we've seen in the other ones.
Yep. 41.9% ABV
Okay.
or so, or 41.7, I think.
Yeah.
It's oily for that.
I
But
will say,
but thinner than some of the others I've seen.
yeah, we've been pleasantly surprised by the oils on some of the Johnnie Walkers we've had so far. I would put this somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think so. That nose is very similar to what we experienced in
Yeah.
the Jane and what we experienced in the White Walker.
Agreed. Yeah, it doesn't really stand out compared to the ones that we've had recently.
Yeah, it's floral. There's a little bit of caramel in there.
Yeah.
Little buttered biscuit, and then rose petal. I just keep coming back to rose petal on it.
No, I think that's a good description of it, though. Yeah, very, very similar to the others.
Yeah, there's a grainy aspect to it, maybe a little maltiness.
Yeah.
That presents like floral.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything that stands out as being unique compared to the others in the lineup.
Yeah. Well,
Well, let's see what's different on the palate.
cheers.
Cheers.
So it's spicy like the Jane, but the flavors aren't all that different from the White Walker.
Yeah, I think they're muted a little bit on this one compared to the White Walker, honestly. Yeah.
A little spicier.
There is a little bit more of that. That presents more mid-palate than some of the other ones, I think.
But I'm not getting any strong flavors on it. I'm not, it's the buttered biscuit, it's the vanilla, a little white pepper on there, just kind of mid palate, give you a little bit of barrel spice. There's a I'm getting that digestive biscuit again,
Yes.
but it's not chocolate. It's the vanilla one this time.
Yeah. Second taste, I go back in there and I get a little bit more out of it. Not as far as more complexity, but just more of the existing flavors, perhaps just more noticeable. Caramel for me, a little grainy, bready almost, and then like you said, that kind of vanilla digestive biscuit on the finish.
Yeah, I almost expect this to crunch.
Yeah. It's pleasant, and there's a little bit of the spice in the back end there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pleasant, but I don't
pleasant.
think it's a standout compared to the other ones. I
No.
think they've produced a couple that have very similar flavors. I don't know what this one necessarily brings to the table.
Yeah, I don't think it strays too far from some of the others.
Yeah.
Certainly not one where I consider it justified.
Yeah, I mean, realistically speaking, you could get the Johnnie Walker, and there isn't a need for this.
Yeah. The thing is about the Johnnie Walker and the White Walkers, I mean, they were
Yeah.
limited edition.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's a good point. And maybe that's the reason this one exists. It was there from the beginning, and those two kind of came in, and maybe they're the ones that are the intruders.
Yeah, there are differences in them too, but
Yeah.
I would say that the differences between them are 10%.
Yeah, it's very, very subtle. I gotta say, not one of the stronger ones I've had from them. Not necessarily a huge fan for me. Not a bad whiskey. I mean, certainly if I had a bottle, it wouldn't sit there unopened. I'd certainly be happy to drink it.
Yeah.
But as far as being a standout or something special, I really just don't see it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Well, they can't all be,
Yeah, they can all be winners.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not. I don't find it particularly challenging. I don't think it's made to be that anyway. I think this is made to bring in somebody who likes Johnnie Walker, black, or is likes their is coming in a Scotch or a beginner. I mean, this is certainly a beginner whiskey, I would say.
Oh, I would think so. I mean, honestly, I think the black. Personally, I prefer the black, but if you're not big on smoke, then this would probably be a good fit. I don't, as we've said before, we don't really do a lot of research going into this because we don't want biased opinions when we taste the whiskey. I don't know where this fits in the lineup price-wise or where they stack it. I mean, gold on the label, I would assume it's probably a bit higher up on their chain compared to like the red label or black label. I don't know, man. Personally, I'd go with the black label.
Yeah, I would too. I think the black label is certainly more interesting. I
Yeah.
think it's more well-rounded. On continuing sips on this one, I'm getting a tannic note on the back end
Yep.
that I don't particularly enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this one
Yeah, not a huge fan. What are you thinking on our scale?
too.
I'm with you on that one. I'm going to go with a 2 on this one. And look, it's again, if you have a bottle, it's fine. It may be right up your alley, and perhaps you find some stuff that we're not finding. But I will say that compared to the other Johnnie Walkers we've had, this is probably the weaker of them thus far. But we've been impressed with Johnnie Walker so far. They can't all be hits, so it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyhow, thanks for joining us. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, we did too.
Take care.
Bye.